guys, in today's video I wanted to share with you my experience with the IUD. If you are not familiar as to what it is as a whole, it is simply a form of birth control. I know quite a few people that have never had it are rather skeptical about it, and it makes perfect sense because it is a foreign object going into your body. So you have all right to have your worries, but I did want to share with you kind of what had happened to me and whether or not I recommend it, whether or not I think it's reliable. Going all the way back when I first purchased my IUD, it was partially covered by health insurance and all that, so it didn't end up being as expensive as it normally is. But I was 16 at the time, and I was looking into the options of birth control, and my doctor recommended the IUD versus the oral pill. So he gave me the prescription. I went and picked it up, and then I phoned him and I said, hi, like, I'm ready. And he's like, okay, but I would like you to schedule an appointment with a female doctor in the clinic. So it was like 1 or 2 weeks that I had to kind of wait for that appointment to get it inserted. And in that time, I got pregnant, and so the initial IUD remained underneath my bed for like another 9 months, because, well, 8, because I was pregnant. So after Stefan was born, probably a month after, I went into the hospital to my OBGYN, which is the doctor that delivered Stefan. I went into her and she inserted it for me. And then she also gave me an ultrasound requisition form so I can go in and make sure it is located where it should be. So I did the ultrasound, all that. I never really followed up because, you know, it's usually if they phone that you need to go in. But, so yeah, I thought everything was okay and whatever. So then my periods got quite a bit better. Like, before I had the IUD and all that, like pretty much before Stefan and all that happened, my periods were rather heavy and they would last exactly 7 days, which was torturous. But since getting the IUD, they went down. Well, I pretty much only needed like a liner, and it was like 3 or 4 days of spotting, so it was a lot better, and I was rather happy with that. Stefan woke up from his nap, so he's gonna join me. Hopefully this lasts for a little while. Oh, Blinky fell. So sometime in the spring months, I was experiencing extremely heavy blood flow, and I was really confused because this hasn't happened, and like just the blood, it just wasn't period blood, you know, like I knew. So after probably 3 or 4 days of like soaking 6 tampons a day, I know this might be TMI, but just like visualize, maybe don't visualize, but I went from like a liner a day for like 3 or 4 days to soaking 6 tampons, you know? So I was at work one night and I was talking to my manager. I was like, hi, like I need to leave early. He's like, why, what's up? We're going to go to the hospital. He's like, oh, are you okay? Like, you know, I'm bleeding lots, I need to go. He's like, okay, all right. He was a dude, so he didn't ask too many questions. So I went into the emergency room, and I waited for a very long time. So I got there about 9:30 and at night, and then at around probably, I don't know, like 2 or whatever, I saw a doctor. So the doctor did a physical exam, and he said everything was okay, but they scheduled a ultrasound for the morning at 8 a.m. So I left at 3, and I was meant to be back at the hospital at 8, so I got lots of sleep that night. I'm gonna tilt the camera down. But so I come in at 8 a.m. to do the ultrasound, and so she does it, and then she says, all right, like, can you go, thank you, can you please go back to the ER and wait? So I'm like, are you serious? I have to wait for more hours? This is ridiculous. I should have taken that as kind of like a warning sign, a red flag, if you will, because if everything was okay, they would have just said no. But so I wait there for probably another like 3 hours, And then finally I see a doctor, and this doctor tells me that my IUD has protruded and is like poking my uterus and it's bleeding. Down? What do you say? So basically the only option they gave me was to pull it out. And I was not happy. I really enjoyed this form of birth control because it was very easy. It was like, you don't have to think about it at all. It's the Mirena, which is what I had. It was there for 5 years. Like, you know, it's just very easy and convenient. And I just assumed that there's nothing else that can be done. So basically, they give me medication to stop the bleeding, which was very kind of them. So I meet with the obstetrician that actually delivered Stefan and the one that put my first, like that one in initially. And she told me that they had trouble contacting me because the IUD that was inserted was sitting low. So it was initially an issue, but they said they couldn't contact me for whatever reason. So I met with her and she said that she can pull this one out and put another one in if I wanted it. She said if there's nothing too damaged up there, then it would be fine for another one to go in, which I was rather happy to hear because I didn't want to go on the pill. I didn't want to do any of the other things. I just wanted another IUD. I was sent home with the pills and it was fine. And then the obstetrician offered for me to come in like sooner to do the surgery. Surgery with a different male surgeon. Or like a male doctor. Welcome to Life with a Toddler. Your friends are in there. They want to see you. Say hi. Hi. I said that I was more comfortable with her doing the procedure, and so we agreed on that, and it was probably like another week or two away. So with that procedure, she was going to sedate me, so I was barely conscious, kind of sleepy, not really awake, to pull it out because she said because it is stuck and kind of not where it should be, it may be really painful. So, you know, obviously I wasn't gonna be like, no, I'm okay with no drugs. No, not at all. So the day of the surgery comes, Mitchell drives me to the hospital, and they tell him that it's about a 2-hour or something like that procedure, and he's instructed to wait in the waiting room. So they pull me into the back. It's like a day surgery area, so it's pretty small. They pull me in the back, they kind of go over some things, blah, blah, blah. And then they pull me into the OR and they put this mask on my face, and all of a sudden I can't remember anything. And then I wake up and they're like, yeah, we've been done for like 40 minutes. Everything's looking good. The obstetrician said that your IUD came out perfectly fine, like blah, blah, blah. So your new one's in. So I've just been sleeping for 40 minutes, but that's fine. So yeah, ever since it's been okay. I haven't had issues. I hope I don't have to get more. It is more common in postpartum women, meaning people or women with children, to have these kinds of issues where the IUD moves and it's where it shouldn't be. But if you haven't had babies, you are most likely to be A-okay. And I do recommend it, and I feel like that's evident. I feel like that's evident in the fact that I did get another one, even though that had happened, and it was extremely, your goldfish was spilling. It was extremely inconvenient, and I had to buy another one, which was also inconvenient. But I do like them, and I do recommend them, because for most people, like some people's periods stop, others like mine get a lot more mild. Others get a lot more mild, so I think in any case it's worth it, even just to regulate your period. I do recommend. So that's pretty much that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got some new information. Just know that IUDs are rather reliable. I believe that like 3 in 1,000 or something women get pregnant on them, and I did not get pregnant on the IUD, so it's not like it was faulty for me at all. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I persuade your opinion in one way or another. I don't know. I do, like I said, I do recommend one if you're on the fence about getting one. But don't feel pressured at all. If a pill or a patch or the shot or whatever is more suitable for you, then you do you, girl. But that's just, like I said, my experience and what I kind of went through. But yeah.
Remember my teeth.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you. All our links are linked below for social media. Stefan makes an appearance quite often, right? And until we see you next time. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Wait, bye-bye. Go like this. Bye. Oh, you can't see. They can't see you. You have to come over here. And go, bye-bye. No. Okay, have a good one, fellas.